Konnichiwa, IndyCar fans! Welcome back to Formula Pun Racer, the channel where car racing and comedy collide for part 2 of the 2024 IndyCar driver lineup. And it's all about the Honda-powered teams. But before I get into that, David Malukas, who was supposed to drive for Arrow McLaren Chevy Racing for the first round in St. Petersburg, Florida, March 10th, unfortunately he recently got injured, so he's not cleared to drive. So Callum Ilott will take his spot in that car for this race and until further notice. Now to get on with the Honda teams of 2024, we'll start with Dale Coyne Racing. For 14 out of 18 races, Jack Harvey of Bassingham, England will drive in the number 18 car, and the other 4 will be shared with Indy NXT driver Nolan Siegel. In the number 51 car, NASCAR driver Colin Braun, another American rookie, will drive in that car for some of the races, maybe not all. We'll see what happens as the season progresses. At Meyer Shank Racing, Simon Pagenaud unfortunately has not been cleared to drive after his accident at Mid-Ohio last year. But at the same time, Tom Blomqvist of England will drive one of them, and Felix Rosenqvist, who has left Arrow McLaren, will take the second spot. Helio Castroneves will drive in the Indy 500 only for a drive to 5 and has also taken a part ownership in the team itself.
Fascinating.
It's also fascinating to know that Tom Blomqvist is the son of 1984 World Rally champion Stig Blomqvist of Sweden. Stig took 11 World Rally wins in his career, 8 of them with Audi, 3 of them with Saab. Sweet as Sweden a career for Stig, yeah? At Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing, there are 3 full-time drivers and 1 Indy 500 only. And we'll start with the full-timers, beginning with Bobby Rahal's son, Graham, who will return once again for the team, accompanied by Christian Lundgaard of Denmark, who last year took his first IndyCar win in the streets of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Bring on the Danish butter cookies for him if he wins some more races. The third full-timer is Pietro Fittipaldi, a Brazilian-American who is the grandson of 2-time Indy 500 winner and 2-time Formula One world champion, Emerson Fittipaldi. And before I give you the Indy 500 only entry for Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan, I like to say that for Emerson Fittipaldi's older brother, Wilson Fittipaldi Jr., sadly he passed away from a cardiac arrest last month, so I just want to say to the Fittipaldi family, Emerson, Pietro, and Christian Fittipaldi, who was Wilson's son, I'm really sorry for your loss, so I'll pause for a few seconds of silence to remember Wilson Fittipaldi Jr. Once again, to the Fittipaldi family, I'm sorry for your loss. The Indy 500 only entry at Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan is 2-time Indy 500 winner Takuma Sato of Japan. And his second Indy 500 win came with Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan. But after 2 years racing for Chip Ganassi, for certain part-time only, it's part-time only for Takuma Sato, this time with the team that gave him his second Indy 500 win.
Where's Marcus?
Yes, I'm getting to where the 2 Marcuses are. Suffice to say they're not teammates anymore this year. But they're both going to be mentioned in the last 2 teams I have to announce, Ganassi and Andretti. We'll start with the Ganassi team and say that Marcus Armstrong of New Zealand will be one of the full-time entries. He'll be racing in the Indy 500 as well, or hoping to qualify. His 4 other teammates will be as follows. Last year's IndyCar champion Alex Palou of Spain, who will now have DHL sponsoring his car. That's right, the delivery team has jumped sponsorship from Andretti to Ganassi this year to sponsor the Super Spaniard. Sweden's Linus Lundqvist will begin his IndyCar rookie season with the team. Scott Dixon, 6-time IndyCar champion, is back in his PNC Bank Honda. And another rookie that will be racing full-time, you'll be surprised where he's from. He's from the Cayman Islands, although he was born in Barbados, and his name is Kiffin Simpson.
Don't have a cow, Dad.
Kiffin, I'll bet you get a lot of Simpsons jokes thrown your way all the time, huh? I myself live not very far from Springfield, Pennsylvania. And no doubt about it, depending on what goes on in the season for you, if it's eventful enough, you can expect some Simpsons jokes, depending on how it goes.
No!
And no doubt about it, Kiffin, if you win the Indianapolis 500, you will definitely have a cow. AKA Victor's Milk. Good luck in the Indianapolis 500, Kiffin, along with your fellow teammates and so on. And now the final team to speak of for the 2024 season, Andretti Global. That's right, it's no longer Andretti Autosport, but Andretti Global. Unlike the past few years, though, Andretti Global has reduced its full-time entries from 4 to 3 drivers. And it consists of Kyle Kirkwood, who won 2 races last year in Long Beach and Nashville, and Colton Herta, who has been winless since 2022. Marcus Ericsson, the 2022 Indy 500 winner, who, interestingly enough, is not racing with Husky Chocolates anymore. His main sponsor is Delaware Life Insurance. Although, ironically enough, I hear that insurance company is not actually based in Delaware, but I like visiting there for one purpose: no sales tax. The first round of the season begins in St. Petersburg, Florida on March 10th. Oh yes, grab yourself a St. Petersburger with fries with that one. And at the same time, if you're anxious for F1 racing to continue, round 2 begins in Saudi Arabia one day before St. Petersburg at the Jeddah circuit. I will give you my review on these 2 Middle Eastern countries, rounds 1 and 2, later in a different video. But there you have it. Oh, and to follow up with part 1 of my first video, where we wish Mario Andretti a happy birthday, as well as celebrating the 55th anniversary of Sesame Street, I like to conclude with, in the credits of this video, the schedule for the IndyCar season. And surprise, surprise, Nashville is not racing in the streets this year because the Tennessee Titan Stadium is having construction, which is kind of hampering things, and they'll be racing at the Nashville Speedway Oval racetrack. But sadly, there's no Texas Motor Speedway anymore, so I'm sorry.
Aww.
But the Milwaukee Mile is back. A track that's in fact older than the Indianapolis Motor Speedway by 6 years. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway was built in 1909, but the Milwaukee Mile was built in 1903.
Leaping legends!
So thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, where you don't have to be a racing fan to get a good laugh, please share, like, and subscribe to Formula Pun Racer, where racing and comedy collide. And be sure to hit the subscribe button bell below, for notifications as well. And not only that, once again, happy belated birthday to Mario Andretti, and on behalf of the 55th anniversary of Sesame Street, I'd like to say that this video was brought to you by the letters M and A on behalf of Mario Andretti, and the number 2, the car number he had won the Indy 500 with back in 1969. See you in the next video, everyone. I am Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.